Hey, what's up guys, it's Cade and welcome back for another video. Unless you're new here, then hit the subscribe button and turn on my post notifications. I know I'm being ratchet, I'm sorry, I gotta get that self-promo in. A lot of people wanted me to make a video about how I came out to my mom, and it is just a very interesting story. Let me just tell you. Well, I'm going to. That's the point of this video. Anyway, basically I'll just do a whole story of how I got to this point. If you don't know the whole backstory about how I came out, then this really won't make much sense to you, so I'll just give the whole thing to you. Basically, to make a very long story short, when I was 8 is kind of when I realized, like, I would always say to myself, like, I want to be a boy. Why was I not born a boy? Why can't I be a boy? All that kind of jazz. I never really wore feminine clothes, and hey, guys can be feminine too. That was kind of a sign for me, so it helped me realize. A few years later, I had a friend that helped me come out. I'm not going to use any names, I don't know, because we don't really talk anymore, and, if she's not cool with that, then that's kind of bad. But one of my friends I did talk to before this, so, One of my old friends, she sent me something, and, it was about someone that was trans, and she's not trans, but it helped me, realize and, figure out, shit, I remember those feelings that I had, and I've been kind of feeling them lately, and this was when I was, 13, and, I was like, oh, shit, I identify with that, and I forget what the picture was. I think it was, a girl looking into the mirror and, seeing a guy, and I was like, yo, relatable. So, basically, I was talking to her, and I was talking to my friend Athena. Shout out to Athena, the best. Athena is the GOAT. She really helped me out with coming out, and I'm sorry I'm, looking over here. I don't know why I keep looking over there. Don't even ask me. But she really helped me come out, and I gotta give props to her, because without her, I probably wouldn't be as far as I am, as quickly as I am. But basically, Athena and that other friend were two major parts in me coming out, and so was another one of my friends, but she was kind of just, in the background of all that. When I first came out, it wasn't hey, everybody that I know, everybody in the universe, I'm trans, I go by Kate, I go by him. It wasn't like that. It was a very gradual process. In the beginning of 8th grade, not the beginning, but, the second marking period, I was hey, I use she and he pronouns now, call me that. And, people, I had a lot of my friends use, just he, him pronouns, and Athena did that a lot, and that's why I'm giving her props to her instead of that other friend. They use them a lot, which helped me realize, oh, I do like this, I do associate with this more than I do with she and feminine pronouns. So I was okay, that helps. So then, this was just, I think, on my Instagram. I, put it in my bio. I didn't even post anything. I just put it in my bio, she, he. That sounds really weird. But I put she, he in my bio, and then, that was really it. Nobody really questioned me on it. Some people called me he, some people called me she. It wasn't really a big deal. I didn't even make a post about it. Everybody was just kind of okay. Once I realized that I identified with masculine pronouns more, I started using them in place of feminine. So then I put he, him in my bio instead of she, he, and then people started calling me by that. And then, I came out, that was, that, when I did that, right before that, I came out to my friends and said, hey guys, after experimenting a little bit, I do think I'm trans, I'm not gonna come out to everybody I know, because I'm not too sure, and, that is a huge step. And, if you're not trans or gay, or, if you're closeted and haven't told anybody yet, it is a big step to be hey, I'm gay, because, because some people do tend to think that they are gay, and they end up not being gay. A lot of people experiment. So if a girl experiments with a girl, and right before she does, she comes out, and she's I'm gay, and then, after kind of, thinking about it and sitting down, she's oh, okay, maybe I'm not gay. So, now that everybody thinks you're gay, after thinking you were straight for your entire life, now you're coming out as straight again. So it's just, yeah. So I just came out to my friends. I didn't come out to everybody or anything. I just put he, him in my bio, and some people ran with it. And so when I came out to my friends, I told them, so, this is all okay. I told them, I was hey, if anybody is using, she pronouns, just correct them and explain to them for me. If they say it around me, I'll explain, but feel free to explain to people. I don't care. Okay, so in 7th and 8th grade, we had these things called clusters. So everybody in your cluster had the same teachers for language arts, which is English, history, math, and science. So in my cluster that I had, some people were like, stayed with the same cluster that they had in 7th grade. Some people switched. I stayed with the same. So everybody really, like, knew me in my cluster. So when that happened, everybody was like, oh, okay, all right. But I didn't get, like, a bad, like, reaction. Some people had little comments here and there. Definitely not the same as it is now. It's a lot worse. But that's okay. That's for another time to explain. So after that, I was still going by my birth name. And before you ask, do not ask me what it is. I am not going to tell you. Do not ask any trans person what it is. It is, most people think of it as an offensive question to ask. It's kind of a part that we don't associate with. So don't ask me about my birth name. Don't, like, talk about it. I was still going by my birth name because, like, I didn't want to be like, hey, call me this name, and then be like, nah, never mind, call me this one. And, like, after everybody's been so used to one name, and then they have to get used to another, and then they have to get used to another. And I'm not saying it's a problem if you switch your name. You know, a lot of people do switch their name because they're not too sure. They don't know. That's fine. But, like, I didn't want to go through, like, hey, call me this. Hey, call me this. Hey, call me this. So I experimented with a few of my friends, and I was like, hey, Athena, like, can you call me this name? Or, like, hey, to my other friends, I was in a group chat, and so those friends in that group chat, they would call me Cade. Cade really stuck. Cade, like, really suited me very well, and a lot of people do say that. And everybody's like, how'd you come up with your name? Because my mom picked my birth name because it was unique, and, like, not a lot of people had it. Like, a lot of people do have it, and, like, I was like, okay, since I want to keep, like, the unique name, make her happy, like, I'll pick Cade. By the way, wasn't out to my teachers, wasn't out to, like, my parents, my family, anything like that. So it was a trip. Don't ask me how I kept this all private, by the way. Like, none of my family follows me on my Instagram, so, like, that was kind of how, but other than that, I don't really know. So I picked Cade because I was thinking about Caden, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, because, like, if I pick Caden, then people can call me Cade. But then I was like, it's only one letter off, and, like, a lot of people do, not a lot of people, but it's more common to have the name Caden than it is to have the name Cade. So I was like, I could have it as a nickname, but not. So I picked Cade because it's unique. I rarely see anybody that has it, especially with a K. Most people that I know that are named Cade spell their name with a C, so C-A-D-E instead of K-A-D-E. But that's why I picked my name. So after I picked my name and all that jazz, after everything I knew, after everything that I figured out, and again, thanks to my friends in that group chat, I know I'm not friends with, like, half of them anymore. But that's okay. Thank you to you guys. Like, shout out low-key, because, like, you guys, like, really, really helped me, like, through a lot. And, like, I know you guys may not like me, but, like, that's cool. Like, it's whatever. Like, shit happens. But thank you guys, really. Especially shout out to Athena, because she really wanted me to make this video and discuss her, because she was a big part in my transition. So I can't thank her enough. But after that, I came out to my teachers. I came out to some, like, counselors and stuff in school. All that. So I came out to my grandparents because I live with my grandparents, not my parents. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to eventually come out to my parents. So my parents called, and, well, my mom called. She was the first one to call. And may I remind you, when my mom does call, I'm the only one that talks to her. My grandma never talks to her. And I was too scared to say it. I was, like, for some reason, I was having so much anxiety because not for some reason. I knew why I had so much anxiety. It's because I didn't plan it. I never planned it. I never planned what I was going to say. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't want to just be like, hey, Mom, I'm trans. Like, you know? So I had my grandma explain it to her. That's how I came out to my mom. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, like, what'd she say? So basically, I was sitting on the ground over here crying, by the way. I was crying. I cry very easily. Not anymore, but I used to cry very easily. And my grandma was on the phone with her, and she was basically like, hey, like, Kay has something to tell you. They don't know how to say this, and, like, they want me to say it for them. My grandma wasn't using they, them pronouns, but we'll just pretend she was, because that makes me a lot more comfortable. But after that, my mom was like, oh, like, what is it? Like, why can't why can't they just tell me? Why can't they just speak to me themselves? Like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And my grandma basically explained that I am trans, that I want to go by masculine pronouns, and that I want to go by Cade. And my mom was just like, I don't know why you're crying. Like, it's perfectly okay. I don't know much about this. I do know a little, but, like, I'm going to educate myself. And she did. My mom really has been educating herself so much. Like, she will, like, read articles. She will, like, read, like, all this stuff. She'll get, like, health books and read them about it. Like, it's insane. Like, I love it so much. And I love my mom. I love my dad, too. Like, both of them are just so fucking amazing. And I can't thank whoever it is up there enough, because they're just so fucking amazing, and I love them to death. But basically my mom was just like, you don't need to cry, like, it's perfectly okay, I don't get why you're crying, I still love you. Like, it was such a good response. And it did take her a while to start calling me by Cade and he, him pronouns, but, like, now she corrects people, and now she gets it. She's done so much research. She's, like, helped push me to get on testosterone, like, because I've always wanted to, but, like, my grandparents have been hesitating to start me on it, and my mom's always been like, listen, like, I've always wanted a son. Before you were born, me and your dad were always like, oh, we want a son, and I guess this was just meant to be, and I'm in my heart so happy. But, yeah, for the most part, she took it really well. That's basically it. Like, my mom is so fucking amazing, and so is my dad. I'm not trying to, like, push my dad down or anything, so this is, like, all about my mom. But, like, my dad, he's great. I didn't really hear his initial reaction, because, like, again, my grandma did it, so I can't really make much of that, but I know he's definitely gotten better than his initial, like, how he felt. I don't really know, because I wasn't the one that talked to him. But, and I know, I wish I had told my parents myself, but, like, it was so hard, and, like, I'm glad I didn't when I did it, because in my eyes, like, everything happens for a reason, and, like, if you change one little thing in your life, then, like, everything else is gonna change, you know? So, like, I don't know, I'm glad it happened the way it did. I kind of wish that I would have told them myself, but it's okay, I don't really care. But yeah, that's basically it. If you guys enjoyed the video, put a freaking like on it, because, I mean, why not? And comment whatever the hell you want to comment. I'm thinking about doing a shout out, because why not? I don't know if I should do Instagram or YouTube shout out. It's like, if I do shout someone out, should I shout out their Instagram? Should I shout out their YouTube? Which one? I don't know. You let me know. But yeah, that's been it. It's your boy, Cade, and happy Thanksgiving. This should be going up on Thursday, which will be tomorrow. So happy Thanksgiving. All right, I love you. Have a good day. Peace.